In the depths of the Austrian Sea, a majestic great white shark was abruptly torn in half by an unseen force.
You don't think there's a sea monster out there, right? That's like the biggest thing in the ocean. That there's nothing bigger than that, bro. Right? And granted, that was 16 foot. That oarfish that y'all going to call an oarfish that I think's a sea dragon, right? That's how big that got. But explain this. That's a great white shark right there. One of the biggest fish in the ocean. And it just got bit in half by something in Australia. That's not from an orca. An orca isn't doing that. Biting the whole thing in half. They found this head in Australia in 2023, just recently, right? And they don't know what happened.
The bottoms of the bosses of the Ellsbury Millstone, peace, citation, hope for elect, shalom. And let me title this lesson, Great White Sharks Bitten in Half by Leviathan. So yeah, so as you can see in that little clip, this is most definitely Leviathan. And, you know, this is one of those phenomenons that Esau can't, you know, explain. Because it's, of course, it's a mystery about how one of the most feared beast in the ocean, which is known as the king of the ocean, is a great white shark, you know, and they have a bite force about 4,000. And the thing is that a lot of people have been killed by the great white shark, and I think that's one of the most killed, well, no, Slaki, I think they have like the highest fatality rates, you know, when it's coming to people that, like, you know, swim in the ocean and things of that nature, people that be swimming on the beach or so. Yeah, basically, you know, these predators are the number one top killers, you know, in the ocean. And for them to be bitten in half by some monster that seems to be, you know, pretty much by a sea monster, that's the only way to explain that. And I know for one thing is that Esau, you know, there's a lot of strange things that Esau can't even explain or discover. And that's one of the, you know, glorifying one of the most magnificent things of the Heavenly Father is that Esau cannot, you know, discover everything that the Most High has. You know, his creation and his works are innumerable. You know, you can't keep track of it. You know, in Job chapter 41, verse 1, it says, "Canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? Canst thou put in a hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through it with a thorn? Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee? Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant forever? Wilt thou play with him with a bird, or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens? Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants? Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears?" So yeah. And verse, let's see, 8 says, lay thine hand upon him, remember the battle, do no more. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down even at the sight of him? None is so fierce that dare stir him up, who then is able to stand before me? So yeah. So that's the Most High's pet right there, that he had waiting in the ocean. And, you know, there's little evidence out there that you got some sea monsters, because I remember there was this whole thing with Julia 34 AB, if I'm not mistaken, if that's the correct numbers, but I know the word is right. Julia, one of those mysterious sea monsters. It got to the point where it was known to be like twice the size of the Empire State Building. And let me bring out this other precept. You know, in the book of Jeremiah. Let's see. And it says in Jeremiah chapter 31, verse, let me see, 37, it says, "Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord." And that's something that Esau can't really do, you know, pretty much, you know, going into how he can't even discover, like, the ocean, But they say the ocean is like over. Remember, there was one point evidence was out that the ocean was over 90% unexplored. Esau saying like 80. Some articles will say 70%, but I believe it's still over 90% because the thing is that this world is bigger than you think. Because Esau can't even discover this world. There's a saying that how when it's coming to like the ocean, like there's when those creatures, as you go down like the Mariana Trench, like when you go down deeper, those creatures get uglier and uglier. So just imagine how hideous Leviathan is, as a fierce creature. And we bring out this other precept. It says in Psalms 104 verse 25, it says, so is this great and wide sea within are things creeping innumerable, both small and great. See, and innumerable going into how Esau cannot measure out the depths of the ocean, neither can he measure out how many sea creatures are there, because they always saying that there's always something new that's coming out the ocean. He can't even measure the things that's on land, because there's always new land creatures that Esau is discovering too. So let's see, verse 26 says, there goes the ships, there is that Leviathan whom thou hast made to play therein. So see, the funny thing is, Leviathan is playing with the ships. So if Leviathan is known to basically play with ships, a great white shark is way smaller than a ship. So and we're talking about big ass ships too. One thing about Leviathan, it's just a sea creature, what I mean? Like, they got multiple sea creatures in the ocean. There's so-called mythological creatures like Cthulhu and the Kraken, and pretty much like there's gonna be a lot of creatures like that, and that's gonna come out in due time. And last precept I'm gonna bring out, because it's just gonna be a short lesson, because it's just straight to the point, is Job 14 verse 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, and thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So yeah, so that goes to show you right there that Esau, his bounds are appointed. He can't pass his his bounds. Most High gave him his technology. He may have that godlike complex, but at the end of the day, his technology, is not on a level where he can measure out everything on this earth. There's certain parts of the ocean that he can't even fully discover. They claim the deepest part is the Mariana Trench. That's a damn lie, because the submarine can't go further down, deeper than the Mariana Trench, because the water pressure will break the submarine. And there's a lot of like strange events that happen around, like, let's say the Devil's Triangle, and even the Bermuda Triangle. The Devil's Sea, and they mention like there's a lot of ships that go missing. I did that my previous videos like a few years back. I did videos on that how even ships get missing, planes get missing too, so it's pretty much a lot of strange events that happen like around certain areas of the ocean, in certain locations. So yeah, shows you right there, man, that Most High got some crazy shit out there that Esau don't even know about, so, and in due time, of course the Most High is gonna have these creatures to show themselves, because as in the book of Sirach chapter 39 talks about what the spirits created for vengeance, and they appease the wrath of him that made him. So they're gonna basically rejoice in the commandment of the Most High to cause and wreak havoc, and Leviathan will definitely be one of those creatures that's gonna come out, especially in the midst of World War III, to eventually wreak havoc. So with that Hope I made a lesson edifying. I'd like to give all glory, praise, honor to Yahweh, Bashem, Yashai, Bashem, Gakadash. The honest apostle of Millstone. And peace, teaching, hopeful, like Shalom.